Hope you're doing amazing today. This is what we're talking about.
I just wanted to let you know.
Formulas, okay? They condense complex, multifaceted physical laws or data relationships into simple, actionable, and relationships into simple, actionable, and precise mathematical expressions, which are used to answer equations. So, what's the point of a formula, and why is Cause even talking to you about formulas if we don't do math on this page, right? Well, it's simple, right? When two are posting content, there is a certain formula that you have to follow that not only will allow you to, you know, execute the task at hand, but it's going to allow you to get a better understanding on how you want to move. You really actually want to move in a way that's going to be beneficial for you and in a way that's going to allow you to not think. Be present, but not think. For the longest time, I had a lot of cloudiness when it came to my mental clarity. I wanted to just make sure that I got it. And for months, for years, I was trying to figure it out until it finally clicked. You know, I would say for these past 5 months, 6 months, I really dug deep into trying to figure out what I wanted to do in regards to posting wise for myself, because I was building all these other pages, but I wasn't doing that for myself. How come I couldn't bring myself to create my own formula to do it? And it was dark. It was very dark. LOL, I see my dog's paw right there. He's like waiting at the door. He's so funny. But for the longest time, I was just trying to do content for other people and, trying to create formulas for them that would work, but I wouldn't follow my own formula. I wouldn't work on a formula that would work for me. So eventually I went ahead and I did that. I went ahead and created a formula that works for me. And that formula has been beneficial to a T, right? To a T. So that's why we're talking about it today, because I know that once you understand formulas from this video, you're going to be able to create one for yourself. So when you're creating a formula, what aspects do you need to have? The first thing when you're creating a formula is that you need to make sure that this formula is effortless. You need to be able to take action and not overthink it. It shouldn't be too detailed to the point where you can't solve the equation, which is obviously, making the content, editing the content, posting and scheduling it, right? But it does need to be it needs to make sense. It needs to make sense. So it doesn't need to be too complex, but it doesn't need to be too simple either. It could be just right for whatever you feel that is. So for instance, for me, right? I know that when it comes to posting, right? I needed a formula that was going to allow me to know exactly how I wanted to post it. So I have a exact way, a style of how I'm going to post my videos. I know the captions that I'm going to use. I know the style of the captions. I know if I want to use any songs. I know if I want to, look a certain way. I know if there's a certain tonality that I want to do. I know also how I want to move with it. I also know too the time that I'm going to be filming. Like I have a pretty decent idea on how long the video is going to be. And these things really help. These things definitely help because I can follow that follow that formula to, create the content. Because don't forget, the formula is you creating, right, a list of things that will make your the formula is going to make your content. It's almost like a recipe, right? Once you plug in these certain things into the formula, like how long is it going to take? Boom. What should I wear? Okay, boom. What's the tonality? Okay, boom. What's the theme of the message? Okay, boom. That is going to help you solve the equation. That's it. That's literally it. You plug into these formulas the aspects that you want that are important to you that you don't want to think about, and then from there you inject them, and then from there you follow it, and then boom, you get your equation. You get your content. Very simple. It's very easy. And it's almost like a recipe that you're following, right? That's why I think I love cooking, math, as well as entrepreneurship and content creation, because they all bleed into each other, right? If you follow the certain ratios and you do it correctly and you follow the guide, it will produce and yield you something, right? If you plug in the numbers to the formula, you will answer the equation for that question, right? If you're doing content and you create a content formula, ooh, I think we just got something. content formula, right? You are literally plugging and playing what's going to work for you, and then you're going to follow it, and then you're going to post your content. You're going to get you're going to get the answer to that equation, which is your content. So hopefully that makes sense. I know this is very quick and short, but I just wanted to, jump on here so you can understand that, because of course, when you're in this side of the world, when you're in this side of YouTube, when you're in this side of just like media and content, over here we're completers. We do what we need to do, not because we want to, because we need to, because we're thinking about the future, right? So, long story short, when you are looking at a formula, when you are creating your own content formula, make sure that it's going to work for you. And again, it does not have to be complex, too complex. What color shirt am I gonna wear? Da 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 da. How do I want to sound? Like, don't go too complex. Just say, okay, cool. This is a fit I'm gonna wear. Okay, cool. This is how I want to sound. Okay, cool. This is how long I want the video to be. Okay, cool. This is the underlying theme of the video. Okay, cool. Oh, I want to actually have maybe a custom word. Okay, cool. All right. I got inspired. Shout out to a BTS. I got very inspired by them because they talk about something that's very powerful, which is their fan base, their core, their community. And I started thinking about it. I was like, oh my gosh, I have a fan base, and I have not been the best to my fan base. I have not been the most honest with them. I just haven't been, and I haven't been showing up for these past years. And now I have like 10,000 followers on Instagram, COSZE7 if you want to go ahead and support and follow. But I just wasn't doing them justice. So I realized that that comes with a responsibility that I need to show up with. I'm going to deliver more content on there too. But I have a formula that works for me, and I'm very happy about it now because it took time. It was so easy for me to, isn't it? Isn't that so funny? It's so easy for me or for other people to make formulas for, the masses, for others. But when it comes to serving yourself, sometimes it's hard. I don't know. You might be different. You might love yourself to the point where you can do that. But I'm just now getting to that door, right? I'm on level 2. So when I open, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much more staircases to climb. But because now I do love myself, and because now I do appreciate who I am, and I'm accepting my differences, I'm able to show up more for my clients. I'm able to do what I need to do and help them in a way that's going to not only make impact, but that's also going to help myself. So it's great. It's great because now I'm pushing through and I'm doing what I need to do. And you know, it just hits different. It just hits so different now. And I'm glad, I'm just so glad that I can be here to help you and to give you game that I didn't get, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna call up my friend. I'm gonna actually hold on. Let me call him up. Let me see, because I'm gonna what? Let's see. Let's see if he answers. Hopefully he answers. If he answers, that'd be perfect for the video. If he doesn't, it's fine too. Hey broski, I'm actually filming a YouTube video. If you can send me an audio message back, I wanted to ask you, how long did it take me to go ahead and find my formula for social media? All right, man. This is a minute audio message. I'm gonna let you do your thing, but have a great one, brother.
To answer your question on when you found your formula and how long it took you to get there, I would say we first met in around 2018, 2019. I'll say 2019 to keep the timeline accurate. And when we first met, you knew that you wanted to be in social media. You just didn't know what niche you wanted to be a part of. So I think we focused on the wrong things initially, which was what do people want to see from me, and less about what you were actually passionate about. So when we, again, started having those conversations, you jumped from comedy to fitness to cooking to everything in between. And I think that is where you kind of had your first burnout. So it took a little bit of time to really focus on that passion of yours. There was a lot of misses in between, but now when you're at this point, we can tell that there's passion behind what you're doing. You're finding success in that area, and now really just focusing on thriving and growing from here.
Even like right there, that's the truth. I've been doing this for a long time, trying to crack the code, trying to figure this out, trying to, make sure that there's something that I can too, because I've wanted to do this for so long and I've been working on my formulas. I've made many formulas, but long story short, I wasn't the first person to do this. I saw other people doing it. My broski over there, he literally was doing social media before me, and I saw how his content formula would be, and I would take notes and I would try to figure out my own. So, moral of the story, create a content formula. Go ahead and do something that's gonna work for you and have fun with it. It might seem kind of hard at first, but do it. Do it. Sit down, turn off your phone, go in a silent room, take out a pen and paper or a pencil. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell because I already know you rock with it. Also had my chia seed pudding earlier today, so I'm very proud of myself. And from there, right, after you take out your pen and paper, write down what is it that I want my content formula to be? What do I want to include? How long is this video going to take? How many videos do I want to make today? And then follow it, follow through with it so you can create your first piece of content based off of a content formula, right? That way you have more of an idea because we want to have mental clarity. We want to have a target at the end that we're pulling our bow and arrow back toward we want to shoot at a target. We want to fire and aim at a target that we're holding an arrow to or that we have an arrow with. Does that make sense? Maybe that doesn't. I'll try it again one more time. You see, look, even I make mistakes. I have an arrow in my hand and you have an arrow in your hand, and there's a target that we want to hit. So we just got to make sure that we're pulling that arrow, that bow and arrow properly. So not only can we hit that target, but so we can get a bullseye. There we go. That makes way more sense. Anyways, have a great one today. Thank you for rocking with the page. Of course, if you're a completer, you already know. Let's go ahead and put some arrows in the comment section and let's keep on going from here. I know it's going to seem hard. It could seem like a lot, but you can do this. I know you can. Again, I'll be your number one fan for right now until you push me to number two. And if you actually need help and you're local, or even if you're not local and you're a business or you need motivation or you need to be held accountable, or if you actually do content or you don't even want to do content and you want me and my team to handle it, we can do that too for you. But just shoot me a DM with like what your problem is and I can see if I can potentially help you. If not, just thanks for watching the video. I just appreciate you. All right, you got this. Later. Oh my gosh.